Stand by. Oh, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Speaking of entertainment, man, I had a fun weekend as I record this on a Sunday. Friday night was at the Rab in Convoy, Arkansas. Always a good time. The place was packed. Can you dig it? Oh, I knew that you could. If you're anywhere in Conway, Arkansas, come on out to the Rab next Friday night. Video dance party, karaoke jam, full bar, kitchen, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool, make some money, you can do it at the Rab. And then Saturday night, a rare treat. My old pal Ricky Z, he had a wedding to do, so he gave me his regular gig Saturday nights at the Spectators Grill and Pub. Yeah, first time I was there, so sorry about fumbling the name. Spectators Grill and Pub in North Little Rock. Such a good time, man. The turnout was pretty okay as far as the staff said. It was my first time there, like I said, and they said it sounded great. Not too loud, not too quiet. The bass was perfect. Everything sounded great, so I was like, hey, very happy about that. Sometimes it's hard to set up on a brand new show, and fortunately, I did it. I did it right. Hey, make sure you stay tuned. Oh, this week I'll be back at the Rab, as I might have mentioned, on Friday night from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. The regular video dance party karaoke jam. Come on out to the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. I'll wait. You got time. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to give me to check out my other podcast, What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, 10 things you need to know today for Sunday, April 10th, 2022. 10 things you need to know today. A lot of things going on in the world. Number one, Trump endorses Dr. Oz for Senate. Former President Donald Trump announced his endorsement of author, TV star, retired surgeon, and Pennsylvania Senate candidate Mehmet Oz on Saturday. Quote, "This is all about winning elections in order to stop the radical left maniacs from destroying our country," end quote, Trump said, describing Oz as, quote, "brilliant and well-known," end quote, as well as, quote, "popular, respected, and smart," end quote. Recent polling has Oz in a close primary race with hedge fund CEO David McCormick, who was also vying for Trump's endorsement. If elected, Oz would be the country's first Muslim senator. This is according to NBC News and CNN. Number two, Macron and Le Pen jockey for first place as French voters head to polls. Centrist French President Emmanuel Macron and right-wing challenger Marine Le Pen are vying for the top spot in the first round of France's presidential election Sunday. Just 1 month ago, Macron held a commanding lead over Le Pen, who he soundly defeated in 2017. But voters' concerns about rising costs of living have wiped it out entirely. The two are polling dead even for both rounds of voting and are all but certain to face each other 2 weeks from now in the runoff election. Polls opened at 8 a.m. and closed at 7 p.m. in most places and at 8 p.m. in some of France's larger cities. This is according to The Week and NPR. Number three, Russia's invasion threatens the whole European project, Zelensky says. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in an address late Saturday that Russia's invasion of Ukraine threatens, quote, the whole European project, end quote, and is, quote, a catastrophe that will inevitably hit everyone, end quote. He also warned his people to brace for a major Russian offensive in eastern Ukraine, while also pledging to continue looking for, quote, diplomatic ways to put an end to this war, end quote. It seems, however, that Zelensky is committed to negotiating from a position of strength. Mikhailo Podolyak, excuse me for butchering that name, I'm sure, one of the Ukrainians engaged in negotiations with Russia, said Zelensky does not plan to meet one-on-one with Russian President Vladimir Putin until Ukrainian forces have defeated Russia's new campaign in the east. This is according to the BBC and The Week. Number 4, Pakistan ousts Prime Minister with no confidence vote. Pakistan's parliament ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan with a vote of no confidence on Sunday, potentially bringing a peaceful and orderly end to a political standoff many feared would result in Khan's arrest or a military coup. The vote was originally scheduled to take place a week earlier, but Khan's allies in parliament blocked the vote in a move Pakistan's Supreme Court later ruled unconstitutional. Ahead of the vote, Khan repeatedly accused the United States of plotting to overthrow him and said he would not step down if he lost the vote. On Monday, Pakistan's parliament is expected to elect Shehbaz Sharif, the younger brother of three-time Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, to replace Khan. This is according to The Week and Al Jazeera, and you know I have to do it. Khan! Number 5, satellite images show 8-mile-long Russian military convoy in eastern Ukraine. Satellite images released Saturday by Maxar Technologies show an 8-mile-long Russian military convoy moving through a town near eastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv on Friday. The convoy, which reportedly includes, quote, armored vehicles, trucks with towed artillery and support equipment, end quote, could signal that a major Russian offensive in eastern Ukraine is about to begin. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Saturday that his country's military will face a, quote, hard battle, end quote, as Russian forces withdrawing from around Kyiv are redeployed to eastern Ukraine. Quote, yes, Russian forces are gathering in the east of Ukraine, end quote, Zelensky said. Quote, this will be a hard battle. We believe in this fight and our victory, end quote. This is according to CNN and Axios. Number 6, Pope Francis calls for Easter truce in Ukraine. During Palm Sunday Mass on Sunday, Pope Francis called for an Easter truce between Russia and Ukraine. Quote, let the weapons be put down. Let the Easter truce begin, end quote, the pontiff said. He added that the purpose of this truce should not be, quote, to reload weapons and resume fighting, end quote, but, quote, to reach peace through real negotiations, end quote. For Western Christians, Sunday marked the beginning of Holy Week, a commemoration of the final week in earthly life of Jesus Christ, culminating in his resurrection on Easter Sunday, which falls on April 17th this year. Eastern Christians, who make up the majority of the Russian and Ukrainian population, use a different calendar. Their Easter falls on April 24th. This is according to the New York Times and the Associated Press. Number 7, Ukraine and Russia exchange prisoners for third time since war began. Russia and Ukraine swapped prisoners on Saturday in the third such exchange since the war began on February 24th. Quote, on the order of President Volodymyr Zelensky, the third prisoner exchange took place today. 12 of our servicemen are returning home, including one female officer, end quote. Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk said on Telegram. Russian Human Rights Commissioner Tatiana Moskalkova confirmed the exchange on Sunday. claiming that among the Russian nationals who returned home on Saturday were 14 sailors who had been held at the port of Mariupol. Several soldiers and 4 employees of Russia's Rosatom State Nuclear Energy Corporation. This is according to the Times of Israel and Reuters. Number 8, more than a dozen states are considering versions of Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. Don't Say Gay bill. Florida's parental rights in education law, referred to by critics as Don't Say Gay bill, that Governor Ron DeSantis, Republican, signed last month, is already inspiring imitators in red states across the country, according to a report published Sunday. The law bans classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade. Bills with similar language have been proposed in Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, Louisiana, South Carolina, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Ohio. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, Republican, said a Florida-style education bill will be a top priority in the next legislative session. This is according to NPR. Number 9, Boris Johnson meets with Zelensky during secret trip to Ukraine. United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson met in person with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during an unannounced visit to Kyiv on Saturday. A spokesperson for Johnson said that the meeting was intended as a, quote, show of solidarity with the Ukrainian people, end quote, and that the two leaders discussed the UK's, quote, long-term support to Ukraine, end quote, as well as, quote, a new package of financial and military aid, end quote. The UK pledged additional military aid to Ukraine after a Russian missile attack on a train station in eastern Ukraine killed at least 52 civilians on Friday. This is according to The Week and the Manchester Evening News. Number 10, Ketanji Brown Jackson gets advice from Harriet Tubman in new SNL Cold Open. Saturday Night Live celebrated the confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson in its latest Cold Open. Jackson, ergo Nuodum, stood alone in the Oval Office, imagining conversations with Supreme Court Justices Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Kate McKinnon, and Thurgood Marshall, Kenan Thompson, baseball star Jackie Robinson, Chris Redd, and anti-slavery activist Harriet Tubman, Punky Johnson. Tubman was alarmed when Jackson explained that she would be a Supreme Court justice for the rest of her life. Quote, "Don't like that. Sounds like a trap," end quote, said Tubman, adding that Jackson should, quote, light 2 candles and meet me in the farmhouse at midnight, quote, end quote, if she wants out. This is according to USA Today and Variety. Forgive my stumbling. That's 10 things you need to know today for Sunday, April 10th, 2022. Thank you so much for listening. This has been What Makes You Smarter. Just trying to fill my head with knowledge, keep up with current events, as it were. Since I have this broadcast equipment, this microphone in front of me, I might as well use it. If you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.